right then.
I burned away Emery's privacy magic and turned.
What's happening? What sort of thing should we create?
Dizzy removed some herbs from his satchel.
You will remove all weapons before entering the royal hall.
The lead elf stood in front of the wide doors. He was preparing to usher us in, which meant the king and queen were in position.
What's our endgame?
Endgame. To be determined.
I strutted forward.
No, wait.
Charity got up quickly. She knew me better than Romulus did. She knew the show was starting before the curtain had been raised. This was why I hated seers. They got you into these messes, but they didn't often give you a way out. My fate, and Penny and Emery's fate, diverged from the Fae right here. I felt it in my bones, and Penny's temperamental third eye affirmed it. The elves planned to give us different treatment, and nothing Romulus said would help us. Not now. We couldn't play polite anymore. We had to be bold.
Step 1. Make oneself known.
I swept my hand through the air, and the lead elf got caught up in my magic. Its eyes widened as it rolled to the right. It fought to lift its hands, but before it could get off a spell, it bonked its head against the far wall. And then lay still. I doubted I'd killed it. Probably just knocked it out. It was nice to know they were as fragile as humans and not so hardy as shifters.
Step 2 will likely be to fight our way out of here. Then we should get back to Karen and the Red Prophet. Cheat to win.
I paused in front of the wide double doors, just long enough to balance on my left foot and kick with all my strength. With a loud crash, the doors flew inward. As the elves rushed us from around the room, I blocked them with air, shoving them back without looking. The doors slammed into the sides, and one pulled free from its jam, teetering.
We cannot follow you in this.
Romulus came to standing. I almost felt his confliction in his thoughts. He knew the right way, but also knew his duty.
We cannot begin a meeting this way. It is not how things are done. Please, come back. Let me lead.
I ignored him, stalking forward with my weapons intact. Penny and Emery were right behind me, in it to win it. I heard Callie and Dizzy following us. After we made it through, I blocked off the door so the elves couldn't follow. A red carpet ran down the middle of the space, and the golden dome above us had to be over 2 stories high, with pictures painted on the ceiling and an enormous chandelier hanging down from the middle. There were 10 rows of seats to one side, filled with spectators who'd shown up to watch the proceedings. In front of me, 5 steps led to a wide, raised area on which sat 2 golden thrones.